I'm sure that kind of engineering mindset is applicable to a lot of our listeners. And it seems like your approach is working. So, EDP, a large Portuguese utility company, recently selected Windscape as one of 9 startups for its renewable innovation program in Singapore to accelerate the global energy transition. What opportunities do you see emerging from Windscape AI's participation in this program?
Yeah. Well, thanks for mentioning that. We did apply for this program. We were selected. EDP is a huge utility. I believe they're the fourth largest wind owner in the world. So they own tons and tons of turbines. They generate a lot of wind energy. Um, when I met with folks from EDP, I found them to be a very forward-looking organization. Sometimes you get a big company and they're like impossibly slow or something, but these folks are really like pushing the boundaries, all the boundaries they can, which I thought was super cool. What we hope to get out of it and where that collaboration might go is to kind of pilot our technology, start working with them, see how it works on their wind farms around the world, and then if it does work really well, hopefully we roll out more broadly, and we can also maybe use that as a demo for new potential customers.
Very cool. So it sounds like EDP is forward looking, but in general, do you counter resistance or hurdles as you try to come to energy utilities and say, hey, you could be using AI like Windscapes to be improving the efficiency of your systems? Do you encounter resistance or hurdles, or is it relatively straightforward to convince people that you're doing something valuable?
I wouldn't say it's straightforward. No, convincing people that what you're doing is valuable is maybe always hard. I would say saying the words AI or machine learning um, doesn't immediately open all the doors. It can open some doors. Some of these companies realize that AI might be revolutionizing things that happen internally, and they're not quite sure how yet. But maybe we should talk to these randos from Windscape and see what they think. It does open some doors, but not all. Just as probably within any industry, there are some organizations that are kind of very forward looking, and others early adopters, right, of any technology, and others that are slower, that are later adopters. They literally some have told us like, we don't care what you're schlepping, just show us when like 4 other companies are using it, and then we'll consider using it because that's how we work, right? Which is potentially an efficient choice from their perspective, right?
Yeah.
Um, there's also small energy companies and large energy companies, and there's a spectrum there of like how you sell to these companies and how you um, get adoption and so on. So yeah, and it's convincing everyone. It can be hard. You have to convince people that your technology will work, that it won't be a huge headache to adopt. The people in the field need to buy into it. It can't like ruin their workflow or something. It has to be it has to be possible to actually integrate. So some of these systems run software that's hard to work with, and simply integrating can be difficult at times. So I don't know. There's a lot of factors, probably as in any industry.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. And hopefully, I'm not going too deep here. And if I am asking a question that would give away some kind of IP, or just feel free to not answer this. But it seems to me like in a situation like yours, where you are providing software to hardware companies, say the turbine manufacturers, you are not, at least in the immediate term, planning on building, say, your own turbines, your own wind farms. You're a software company. You need to be partnering with turbine manufacturers, with wind farm operators. Is that, how does that work? Are people kind of, I guess maybe your response is going to be similar, where there's a range of responses where some turbine manufacturers are relatively early adopters. They see the potential. They say, wow, Jason's done a lot of amazing research in the past. He seems like the kind of person we should be working with to accelerate our roadmap. And then other folks are just like, yeah, we've got our own team, or I don't know. How does it look when
Yeah.
yeah.
When we started this whole endeavor, what we imagined would happen is we would first build products that we would sell to people that own the turbines. Why do they want them? Because our product would help them make more money starting next month, right? We help them make more money. They like our product. We roll out. They tell their friends. We deploy to more and more farms, more and more companies. As we start to sort of increase our market penetration in the industry, then much later, turbine manufacturers would notice and they would say, hey, everyone's using these Windscape people. Maybe we should talk to them and consider integrating their thing off the factory floor rather than kind of as an aftermarket add on. Um, That's kind of still the process we're following, although we've been surprised that some OEMs are kind of interested in chatting early. I think they just want to have on their radar what's going on in the world, and if there's any promising technology, they want to kind of be there first. So I guess we're already having some of those conversations too.